So today I've been put into a position that no one really ever wants to be in, and that is minorly defending Skydio. So this news comes out from the Zero Lux by Sean Campbell, which is a really good up-and-coming news source for anything drone related. And the story is that essentially Skydio drones are becoming inoperable if first responders use their radios within 12 inches of them. And if you're watching this channel, there's a good chance that you are in a first responder drone program or interested in one, because that's what we do here. And almost all of the time I'm using a radio within 12 inches or so of my drone controller. If not 12 inches, then very close. And generally my radio is held in my chest harness to just keep it nice and secure, and so I can change the channels at any time. But apparently the drone controller from Skydio, specifically for their X10 I believe it is, has some issues when the mic is keyed up next to it. So again, this article comes to us from the Zero Lux. Skydio admits drone controllers vulnerable to radios used by first responders, by Sean Campbell. On August 22, 2025, Skydio circulated a safety bulletin to law enforcement and federal partners acknowledging that handheld radios could disable its X10 and X10D controllers. X10 and X10D are kind of Skydio's Mavic class. I don't know if they're quite Matrice class, but you can see the size of it right there. It's a very standard sized drone. The company listed possible outcomes including loss of communication with the aircraft, degraded video feed quality, automatic return to home activations triggered by link loss, and in some cases, charging failures or complete power loss. That's a big one right there. My earlier statement on defending Skydio might be falling apart. That last outcome was tied directly to radios transmitting into 450 to 500 MHz range. Skydio's guidance was to maintain a 12-inch separation between radios and controllers, confirm return to home and lost link settings before flight, and contact support if problems persisted. The company said shielding would be introduced in future controllers, and that software would be developed to notify pilots if interference was detected, but confirmed that the current hardware remained vulnerable. And then right here we have a basically screenshot of the email that Skydio sent out to let people know about it. The bulletin arrives as cities across the United States are expanding drone as first responder programs built on Skydio hardware. Huntington Beach, California is committed to a 3-dock deployment, promising sub 2-minute response times. Sunny Isles Beach, Florida announced what it called state's fully operational Skydio and Axon DFR program. Miami Beach used Skydio X10 drones during its spring break operations, while Cleveland, Ohio launched flights this summer under a new unmanned systems policy. So then it gets into some really nitty-gritty on basically different megahertz and everything. You can come read the whole article yourself. I have a very baseline understanding of exactly how radios work. I am not an expert on radio frequencies and whatnot, but if you are, a lot of this will make much more sense to you. The big part I want to talk about right here is how it says that Skydio has acknowledged that transmissions at this range are capable of disabling controller charging and even causing shutdown. That is bad. The defense I was going to make. Actually, let's get this out of the way really quickly. Okay, so quick editor's note here. I generally don't like being negative in my videos. There's so much negativity, so much hostility, so much tribalism, and so much rage bait in the world that I really don't think we need it on this channel. So I'm trying to make it very clear that I don't have the most positive view of Skydio, but without someone here to defend themselves, I don't want to sit here and throw any more tomatoes than I really already am in this video. So that's why I cut out the rant. Let's get back to the main video. And if I swear to God, if anyone in the comments calls me a Skydio shill, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. Don't do this to me. Okay, now let's get to my defense of Skydio, which I'm not a huge fan of. And I have gone on a huge rant for the last 3 minutes or so that I'm cutting out of the final video about Skydio and about the military and about a couple different things. If you want to hear that rant, let me know in the comments and I'll make a separate video on it, and I'll tell the armory story. Just mention the armory story. So let's defend Skydio really quickly, which hurts to say. All controllers for drones operate off of radio frequency, or at least the vast majority of them. They're all going to have some sort of interference when you key up a radio next to them, because they're all trying to talk on the same sort of frequency or whatnot, or at least close to it. It's gonna cause static. It's gonna cause issues. I know with a couple of my radios, I can't get them anywhere near my drone controller because the frequency feedback is so bad, it makes it impossible to use. I remember I have these headphones for shooting, just, earmuff style, and they have a radio built into them, basically just a walkie-talkie, and I cannot wear those when I'm flying drones because it creates such a loud feedback in my ears. It hurts. So, hurts. Haha, get it? Hurts. Funny man on the YouTube. So I can forgive Skydio for having issues with it, because all of my drone controllers have that same issue with radio frequencies next to it causing issues. They don't cause my controller to brick. They don't cause loss of communication. They don't cause all of those issues. It goes on to talk about how that it's probably due to a chip that isn't hardened correctly against radio frequencies, and by keying it up next to them, it's damaging the chip, or at least overloading it temporarily. And that makes sense to me. That definitely comes down to a quality control issue and sourcing better parts and putting more time into your equipment. It's not good. Using drones as a first responder, or drones as a first responder program, is something that is up and coming. But if we have drones that are failing due to first responders keying up their radio, which happens, I don't know. Have you ever been on an emergency scene about 30 times a second, it feels like, and sometimes they overlap each other? Having that is not great when you're trying to operate a tiny flying helicopter, sometimes above people, and sometimes on a wildfire or on a law enforcement scene. Fill in the blank. Not great. So, I tried to defend you, Skydio. I'm sorry. Fix your stuff. I would feel more sympathy for you were you not the way that you are. That's all I've got for you fine folks today. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm headed out to harvest. See you guys later.